Master Your Mindset Radio, Episode 2.
Welcome to Master Your Mindset Radio, the show where we empower you to conquer limiting beliefs and transform your world with your gifting and purpose. Now for your host, Elizabeth Nader.
Hey friends, welcome back. I'm really excited to talk to you today about limiting beliefs. Yes, I'm excited to talk to you about limiting beliefs because this is an area that if you begin to understand it, you can set yourself free. So what is a limiting belief? You know, it gets mentioned all the time when you talk about mindset issues. Sometimes I use the word toxic thoughts, limiting beliefs, things that hold us back, lies. That's all really wrapped up into one. A limiting belief is really something that we have taken as truth, not questioned, and allowed to affect us in a way that hampers us in life, in a way that holds us back. So what would an example of a limiting belief be? You know, in my book, I list a whole bunch of them. And when I teach my classes, I run through lists with people and begin to read these limiting beliefs off. It's kind of tough to listen to all of them because you begin to feel so burdened with all of these things that people believe, but so many of them are so commonly held, you would be shocked. So when you get the book, or if you have the book, take a look at the limiting beliefs listed in the back of the identifying limiting beliefs chapter and see how many of them apply to you. Some of them, just for example, let me read you a few of them. I don't know enough. I'm a failure. What if I fail? I can't do this. I have nothing to offer. You know, this is hard work. I can't handle it. I can't have it all. Who am I to do this? I'm not talented. I'm too weak. I'm not enough. So many lies that we believe that somebody either told us or an experience told us in a way that we allow to go into our subconscious, which is a topic for another day. But once that limiting belief takes hold, it begins to manage and affect us in a way that creates a filter through which we see and experience our world. So if I, for example, believe that I am a failure, then no matter what I do, if I believe that on like the deepest level as a limiting belief, as a deeply held belief that I'm a failure, no matter what I do, no matter how many times I tell myself, no, you can do this, I will probably fail. No matter what, I will always have that limiting belief managing and winning out. What if I say to myself, oh, you know what? You don't deserve success. Then no matter what, even when I begin to be successful in life, I will find a way probably to self-implode. I will find a way probably to do things that create a mess in my life so that I don't experience long-term success because on some level, I don't believe that I deserve it. Do you know people like that in your life? I mean, think about it. Are you like that? I mean, there are people that I have met that seem to self-sabotage. And if you dig enough beneath the surface, you begin to see that there's some belief that they're holding on to that they really don't deserve money, or they really don't deserve success, or that ultimately people will find out they're a fraud. And that belief continues to hold them back, even though they've been given such talent and such gifting and developed such talent and have push themselves maybe to the height of their career or their industry, but ultimately something trips them up. Ultimately, they hit a wall. And, you know, sometimes it's a bad decision, but a lot of times the root of that is just a belief that they don't really deserve what they're experiencing. So they sort of self-implode and they destroy it on their own because they believe deep down inside you don't deserve success. So a limiting belief is controlling. A limiting belief has its roots in trauma sometimes, has its roots in an authority figure who told you something that you allowed to just take in as truth, has its roots in a bad experience that you have that actually created fear in your life that took hold. There are a lot of different places from which limiting beliefs come, but they become the controlling factors in our life. So when you have identified a toxic thought or a limiting belief, you have to understand that if that is in control, the fruit of it is what you're seeing in your life. that you can't just get away with believing that lie and think it's not going to show up in your everyday life. So what I want you to do this week is I want you to truly understand what limiting beliefs are, so that when you recognize yourself thinking one, you stop and you say, wait, whoa, did I just think a limiting belief? Did I just allow a toxic thought to run through my conscious brain? And identify it, write it down and say, whoa, wait a minute, where did that come from? Where did that limiting belief come from? And begin to step back and say, how is that affecting my life? Now, I have a whole process that I go through with my clients. It's in my book that helps you to conquer limiting beliefs and turn them around. But really, one of the first steps and most important step is to identify it. So this week is a week for you to be hypersensitive to those limiting thoughts that show up. And yes, they're buried deep in your subconscious, but they do show up in your conscious brain, in your conscious mind. They do. They show up, but a lot of times we don't realize that we don't identify them. There is power in saying, oh, wow, I just had a limiting belief. Now, you may not be able to conquer it quite yet. You're going to need tools and resources to do that. You're going to need to start to change the way you think and control your mind to conquer it. That's okay. You'll get there. And in fact, you'll be doing that the rest of your life because it's an ongoing battle of the mind that we do. But know that the first step to say, hey, I understand what a limiting belief is, and I just had one. Because guess what? I've conquered a lot of them. I still have them. In fact, I joke with some of the people on my team when we're talking about plans and projects and I have a limiting belief that comes to my mind. I'll say, stop, everybody, I have to say this limiting belief out loud so I can take away its power. So we all have them. You will have them as long as you live. But taking away and stripping them of their power starts with saying, hey, I see you. I see you there, limiting belief, and then we will start to deal with it. So that's your assignment for this week, is understanding limiting beliefs and toxic thoughts and identifying them the moment that they come into your conscious mind. I hope you guys have a great week, and I can't wait to talk to you next week as we continue to master our mindset.
Thank you for listening to Master Your Mindset Radio. Before you go, if you want to be part of a free online community of like-minded individuals for support, resources, and inspiration as you conquer your limiting beliefs and pursue your purpose, go to elizabethnader.com/community. That's elizabethnader.com/community, or search for Master Your Mindset Academy private group on Facebook. Looking forward to seeing you online.